All right, guys, time for something, nothing, or everything. The Nets' big three of KD, Harden, Kyrie. They're currently 1, 2, and 3, respectively, in fourth quarter scoring this season, each averaging more than 8 points in the final frame. Perk, is this something, nothing, or everything?
Oh, this is everything, because we all, including myself, came into wondering who was going to be Batman, who was going to be Robin, who was going to be Alfred. And that's not the case. These guys are sacrificing and burning each other. So I actually love it, because it's a beautiful thing to see, because what it goes to show me is that all these guys are comfortable with saying, if you got it going, handle your business, my brother, and they sacrifice.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something. My only question is, when they need that bucket, who is the guy that you're going to give to? I mean, look at those numbers, 8.4, 8.3, 8.2, but who do you go to at that moment? But I like what they're doing. They have James Harden actually running the point, running the show, and letting Kyrie play the scoring guard, and he is balling. He's getting it done. And then obviously KD is KD, and he's scoring his numbers with less shots. It's just unbelievable to see. So just imagine if he got more shots.
Yeah.
So this squad right now, they bought in to playing together, sacrificing for the good of the team to win a championship.
Well, yeah, I think you have to give credit to James Harden, who's really dedicated himself to facilitating and playmaking so far that he's been there. And I'll say, Perk, I was never worried about the offense, right? We saw how Golden State worked when they were at their prime, that you could have KD or Steph or Clay.
But that's Golden State, though.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying I wasn't worried about the offense with these guys in terms of who's going to close. I did have defensive concerns. We've seen that kind of roller coaster. We'll see if they can either buy into more team defense, like they have shown a little bit, or if they end up making some moves before the deadline. Let's move on to the Celtics, because team president Danny Ainge on the Sports Hub in Boston doing his weekly radio chat was asked what his number one priority is prior to the trade deadline, which is on March 25th. Ainge said, quote, "I would say maybe shooting with size." So Perk, how do you feel about that with your old team? Is more shooting with size what the Celtics lineup needs? Something, nothing, or everything?
It means everything, because if you look at the emergence of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the ceiling for the Celtics is winning a championship. The goal for the Celtics and the organization is going to the championship. There's no more Eastern Conference Finals for them. These guys are a championship caliber team, and they are missing that piece. And that piece, in my opinion, is Harrison Barnes. He's a guy that could come in and be a fourth option to Kemba, JT, Jaylen Brown, and as a guy that don't need the ball in his hands to be successful, could play off the ball, is an elite defender, and Harrison Barnes is that guy, in my opinion.
I think they're right there. I see them definitely competing in the Eastern Conference Finals with an opportunity to play in the finals. I mean, they're that good, and they're playing at that level. And those two young men, in Tatum and Brown right now, are playing off the charts. And I think it's something. And I think of Kevin Love. I think get you extra possessions, and he stretches the floor. So now the floor is open. Okay, defender, but he can buy into what you're selling with this team. And I think he brings a lot to the table. And once he gets back, he gets healthy, he gets a few games under his belt. I wouldn't be surprised if you're seeing the Celtics come knocking.
Well, Rachel and Vince, can I add one more point to this? One more point is that when the Nets acquired James Harden, that should have been an eyebrow raise for every other team in the Eastern Conference that's contending for a championship, and said, you know what? We have to get better. We have to improve our roster in order to compete with the Brooklyn Nets if we're trying to make it out of the East.
Yeah, well, we saw that 2 years ago, the year the Raptors won the title. There was a crazy arms race in the East on trade deadline day as teams layered each other, and I guess Toronto ended up on top there. We will see this year if that happens. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.